My name is Bernhard Huckert. I'm the chairman of the Postal Innovation Platform, and it's my pleasure to guide you through today's meeting and also through tomorrow's session. Let me at this point also thank our partners, which are Swiss Post, Thierry, thank you very much, and Postal and Post Expo. The format is more or less the same one. That means we are having, on the one hand side, the pitches, the presentations, which will take about 4 minutes, and then 4 minutes Q&A with our judges. Let's go to our next startup. Our next startup is Ship to My ID, and as speakers we have here two speakers actually, which is first of all Santosh Gopal, the founder of Ship to My ID, and Kush Santosh, who kind of was triggering the idea of developing the solution. Kush and Santosh, are you ready?
Yeah. Hi, my name is Kush Santosh, and I'm the co-inventor of Ship to My ID. Today, I'm going to talk to you about cross-border e-commerce. First, let me talk to you about why cross-border e-commerce has become important. As per analysts, in 2020, there are almost $900 billion worth of cross-border transactions. This number is also projected to grow to $5 trillion by 2027. Now let's take a look at some of the challenges of cross-border e-commerce. Less than 0.001% of online stores are enabled for cross-border checkout. There are over 150 languages and over 200 different address formats, which makes it very difficult to accept addresses and validate them. Usually, a higher percentage of fraudulent transactions because it is difficult to validate the consumer and their address. In addition, the latest EU VAT legislation and global tax enforcement mandates certain critical compliance changes for cross-border transaction, and it starts July 1st, 2021. This is our biggest opportunity. As you know, Ship2ID is a platform that allows shipping to a digital address. It is like PayPal for shipping, but a little more. Since most of you are already aware of what we do, we'll now focus on how Ship2ID enables cross-border transactions. Let me give you the example of the Robinson store from Thailand. Currently, they don't allow cross-border transactions. However, if we were partners with the Robinson store, we would put our universal login button on their website. When you click that button, a pop-up will appear. Depending on which country you are in, the pop-up will be in that language. All you need to do is give your username and password. You do not need to provide your address at all. This information is then sent from the Ship2ID backend directly to the Robinson store servers. There are two options. Either all of the buyer's information is sent, or we only send enough information for them to calculate the taxes. No PII will be shared. Once the merchant receives this information, the engine will calculate all the different cost elements, including price, VAT, insurance, customs, and shipping costs. Once you pay the money, we generate a unique QR code for that particular transaction. This QR code can be applied as a shipping label to the product. The QR code carries all the transaction-related information. The best part of this QR code is that depending on who scans the QR code, they will only see the part of the data that applies to them. This helps with keeping the customer's data private and yet shared across all the parties. This QR code could contain recipients and buyers' information, details of the building location. It could be used by sorting machines. It could contain all the valuable cross-border information for the transaction, like the VAT, customs, and depending on where it's scanned, it can print labels in the local language so it's easier for them to deliver. This QR code is then exchanged with all the parties in the transaction, like the e-commerce store, manufacturer, insurance, and tax authorities, delivery companies, and customs. We have partnered with a company to build a payment solution, Smart Edge, that can take care of all the compliant filings. We are a 100% API-based company, so we can pretty much integrate with any ecosystem partner of shipping and logistics. We are exploring partnering with 3 different types of organizations. One would be e-commerce companies, where people could download a plugin and self-enable cross-border. We're also exploring a partnership with national post offices and larger logistics carriers. And lastly, we will also plan to partner with payment solutions like PayPal and Smart Edge. We believe that Ship2ID can really boost cross-border transactions. For consumers, it gives them 100% privacy and they can purchase stuff from anywhere in the world. Brands and merchants will get more business because by leveraging the universal login, almost every merchant can get converted into a cross-border online store. And lastly, post office and shipping companies will get more business that they would not have gotten previously.